Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new, my name is Bree and I am so happy that you're here. I am moving to Disney World. If you didn't know, I'm currently doing the Disney College program. I am a PhotoPass photographer in Hollywood Studios, and today I'm going to be answering y'all's questions about the program, about my role, and all things Disney. I had you guys ask me questions on my Instagram, so I'm going to be pulling those up and going through the questions that you guys asked me. And if you don't already follow me on Instagram, you can do that. I am at brianne.hollis. I would love to be friends, and also that way, if I do more videos like that where I need follower input, you guys can be a part of that. Also, make sure you stay tuned for my next video because I'm going to be doing a fun little giveaway. I'll be talking about all the details in my next video, but stay tuned for that. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first question I wanted to go into was, what made you want to do the DCP? I've always known I wanted to work at Disney World ever since I was little. Disney's just one of my favorite places, and I just have always wanted to work there, live there. And then I started considering it when I went to college because I thought it would be a really great experience, not only just in terms of like having fun and living the dream, but also resume building, because working for the Disney company is not something that everyone gets to do. And I knew that it would allow me to have like a really cool experience that I could learn a lot from. I've been watching DCP YouTubers since like 7th grade, and so this is just something that I've always known I wanted to do, and I just decided, why wait and push it back any longer when I could just do it now. I'm so glad I did, because I feel like this is a really great time for me to do it. I just thought I really had nothing to lose by going for it and trying it out. I've always known that I wanted to do it, and I thought that this would be a great time this summer after my freshman year to try it out. How has your experience been? So I have personally loved the Disney College program so far. I've been here for a little bit over a month, and I have nothing but great things to say about it. I think it is an incredible experience. I really feel like I'm learning so much, and I don't think I could have gained like this knowledge from any other experience. I think the people here are so kind and generous and giving of knowledge, and they really want you to succeed, and they're there for you, they're supporting you, and I felt nothing but love from the people that I work with, and I couldn't recommend this program enough. I know a lot of people have very different experiences. I came in a little bit hesitant just because I've heard some people absolutely love it, and I've heard some people absolutely hate it. But I knew that if I got here and I really didn't like it, that, you know, there was nothing tying me down. I could leave if I wanted to. So that's very comforting to know. I absolutely love it, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone who is interested. Someone asked, what are all the different roles in the summertime? So the summertime roles aren't like necessarily different from any of the other roles, I don't think. Some of the main roles that you can have is food and beverage. That's a really popular one. Custodial, that's also a popular one. I'm PhotoPass. There's character attendant, so that's all like entertainment. There's costuming, which is a really cool one. There's merchandise. There's children's activities, which is actually one that I was really interested in. There's transportation, but you rarely hear about people getting that. There's Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, which is a really popular one. A lot of people want that. There's lifeguarding. There's attractions, which is also a really popular one. Those are the ones I would say are like the ones you hear about most often. And you can be working at any of the 4 theme parks or any of like the resorts, hotels as well. I will say one thing that I was definitely worried about is that you do not get to pick your role. During your phone interview, you do get to talk about roles that you're interested in and talk about your experience, but they do not ensure that you're going to get a role that you're interested in, and you could end up with something very low on your list. In that case, I guess you would just have to decide like if you were still willing to do the program. But I think it's really what you make of it. I was so excited to get PhotoPass because that's like a dream role of mine, but I think in most of the roles, it's really what you make of it. If you go into it with a bad attitude, you're probably not going to enjoy it, but if you go into it with a I'm going to make the most of this, then I think you can really find joy in that. I really know people in like every role, and everyone has bad days and everyone has good days. There's pros and cons to every role. I know people in every role that absolutely love the program and are so happy to be here. So it really just depends on your personality and the attitude that you go into it with. But definitely during your interview, I would say talk up what you really are interested in and highlight the experience you have in that particular area, and hopefully you can be better off in terms of chances of getting a role you want. I will also say I have kind of noticed a lot of people, if you have like a major with a role that they have here kind of similar, I feel like a lot of times they might try to pair you with your role. Like, I have a few friends that are like elementary education majors, and they're in children's activities, which is perfect. I'm a news media major and I was put in PhotoPass. So I feel like sometimes they really do try to like talk to you about how your major and your role here can kind of go together. So I've kind of been noticing that they've been doing that a little bit more recently. That could just be like coincidental, but I think if you really talk about the things that you're interested in and the experience you have and even your major, how it could relate to that, then you have a good chance of getting something that you want. Someone asked, what is the housing like? So we live at Flamingo Crossing. There's an east and a west campus. I live at west, but they're basically the exact same. Flamingo Crossing is really, really nice. I really don't have anything bad to say about it. I live in a 2x2, so I do share a bedroom, but we're in these really nice apartments. We have kitchen, a living room, 2 bathrooms. There's a gym that we can use 24 hours a day. You can pick up packages really easily. There's a community center. There's 2 huge pools. It's honestly beautiful and a really great place to live. I also feel really safe here because the security is just like top notch. And it's nice just like being at a place where all the Disney college program people live, because you don't just see like random people, it's people here doing the college program, so it feels very safe. And it's cool to like walk around and see people in their like work costumes. I just like that. I kind of already have decided I do want to do a second program after college. I will not be living at Flamingo Crossing. The reason is I personally feel like the rent is way too expensive for what we're getting. I'm sharing a bedroom and I'm still paying a really great sum of rent per week. It comes directly out of my paycheck, and I kind of would rather just get something else where I could have my own place and also have visitors more easily. Like, I want my parents to be able to come visit me and see my apartment and stuff. I personally just don't love sharing a bedroom. Flamingo Crossing is great, and I highly recommend living here your first program just because you don't really know the area and it's a good safe bet to live here. But I think next program I'll probably come and tour the area and find an apartment that suits my needs better, and that way I'm not paying like an insane amount of rent per week. I just think I can find like a better bang for my buck. But definitely weigh the pros and cons. And if you're familiar with this area and like there's a place you want to live at, highly recommend doing that. But I have nothing bad to say about Flamingo Crossings. It's just really expensive, and I feel like there are better options for a better price. So that's all I would say. Keep your options open. You don't have to live here, but I would suggest it probably for your first program. Someone asked, how much time do you get off and what do you like to do on your days off? So you get 2 days off a week for most people. So you'll work 5 days, have 2 days off normally. Normally, my shifts are like 6.5, sometimes 7 hours, but that's because I'm in PhotoPass. If you have a role such as quick service or merchandise, you could have hours like 8-9 hours sometimes, just because those are like more high in demand. I'm really lucky in that aspect. Unlucky if you consider that I get less hours in a week, so I get less money. I love my hours. I normally work like 3:30 to 10. That's my shift today, so I have no complaints about that. Second part of the question was, what do I like to do on my days off? So normally I like to chill in the morning because I like to rest a little bit. So like wake up a little bit later, go to the gym, get coffee, and I really do like to go to the parks on my day off. Hollywood's now my favorite park because it's like my home, and I love going to visit my friends and have them take my pictures and all that. I also like to hang out with friends, so sometimes on my days off I'll go get coffee with a friend, or we'll go shopping, go to Disney Springs, that's a really popular one, go see a movie. I really like to just decompress, and now living here at the parks, I have less desire to like go to the parks and like go, like go on a million rides. Like, I'll sometimes just go to a park for like 2 hours, an hour maybe, and just like walk around, take pictures, because I feel less like urgency about getting everything done, which is really nice. Found a passion for going to Hobby Lobby and like doing arts and crafts. Also going to Target and Ulta, like I did that today. I don't have today off, but like just doing like normal activities I feel like is really important, because like you can so easily get caught up in like living at Disney and wanting to go to the parks all the time, which is great, but you don't want to get burnt out. So I feel like it's important to have your chill time, relax, maybe do some things that don't involve Disney World, and then, you know, in the afternoon have your little Disney fix. What has been your favorite part? I think my favorite part of the DCP so far has been the people. I feel like first day that I got here, let me tell you this. I got here and I was like, I thought like instantly I was gonna have a million friends. Plot twist, no. You actually have to like find friends. I have not made a single friend from living at Flamingo Crossings. Like, you just don't like make friends at your apartment like I thought you would. The way I made friends was traditions, social media, mainly social media, honestly, my role at Hollywood. So making friends, honestly, especially in the very beginning, is a little bit hard. I remember like the second day I called my mom and I was like, I'm just so lonely. Like, I don't have any friends. I don't know where like the friends are. Do people just have all these friends? And I promise like they will come. If you're patient, you'll make friends, but it's gonna take a little while. My best suggestion would be, before you get here, try to like make some friends online if you can. That way, like when you get here, you have people to like contact. I didn't really do that because I just figured like, oh, I'll get there and I'll make friends. And I did make friends within like the first week. But if you want to like be set and ensure that you're gonna have friends, definitely like reach out before. Anyways, back to the original question. My favorite part has just been the people that I work with and the guests that I interact with. Taking pictures of families and talking to little kids really makes my day. The kids that you talk to are just always so excited to talk, and I love making little magical moments, giving them stickers, seeing their faces light up when I tell them to do a magic shot. It's just so cool and so rewarding, and I love going to work every day because I know that I'll be with people that I love and support me, and also I'll get to meet new people and learn about their lives. Really cool experience that I know I wouldn't get anywhere else. Someone asked, how flexible are they with hours? This is the one thing, if you're looking for flexible hours, Disney's probably not the place for you. The hours really are not flexible. You really don't get too much of a say in your hours. They can really schedule you at any time. You can like trade shifts, but that gets really hard, and I tried to trade a shift one time for like one singular day, and it like couldn't find anybody to take my shift. It's really like, if you don't like your hours, like it kind of sucks. I would say from what I've heard, most CPs do end up getting like afternoon nighttime shifts just because the full-time people like get first pick of their times, and most full-time people want an earlier shift, that way they can have their nights to themselves. I haven't had an issue with my hours just because I like afternoon night hours. I'm more of a night owl, and I like to like have my mornings to chill and do what I want to do. If like that's not the case for you and you do hate your hours, like in my experience, you really can't do much about it. So flexibility in terms of hours isn't like something I would say Disney like gives you. Someone asked, how did you apply? So I talked about this a little bit in a previous video. Basically, the application process is pretty simple. I just looked up Disney College Program applications and saw that they were open. And I also signed up for their little like email list. And basically the first part of the application is just like filling out basic information. And then you do have to put like up to 5 work experiences that you have. And you want to put like keywords like experience with children or experience with money. Very basic, just like name, where you're from, what college you go to, super simple. And after that, you have the web-based interview, which is basically like a personality test that I had severe anxiety over. It's really not hard, but it can be a little tricky, so I'd recommend like having someone in the room with you while you take it. That way you can just like verify your answers. And then from there, you will find out if you made it past that part or not. And if you do, you'll have a little phone interview. Not stressful, but you definitely want to prepare. I watched a million videos on YouTube that helped me prepare. They ask you basic questions. Why do you want to do it? How do you think this will benefit you? Experience you've had, roles you're interested in, what does Disney mean to you, stuff like that. So just watch a lot of videos and you'll be fine. And then I heard about a week and a half later that I got in, a month later about my role. Application process really isn't hard. I feel like it used to be a long process, and now I feel like they've kind of sped it up since COVID. It shouldn't take you too long to hear about, like, if you got it. Someone asked, have you been in the underground tunnels yet? No, I have not. I don't work at Magic Kingdom, so like I've never been in the underground tunnels, but I hear they're really cool. Someone said, what's one thing you wish you knew going in? So I think one thing I wish like I would have known, but I feel like I kind of had to learn it for myself, was just that there's going to be a learning curve at the beginning. I kind of got here and thought like, oh, I'm just going to be like great at it. It's going to be easy. Like it's just so chill. It's just taking photos. Like how hard could it be? And I definitely had like a little bit of a rude awakening at the beginning, just because there's a lot to learn. There's so much information, and I'm such a perfectionist that I want it to be like the best one. I wanted to do it right the first time, and I didn't want to have to like learn. I just wanted to know what to do. I quickly realized that I was not going to be perfect. I had a lot to learn, and even in something as like simple as photography, it's honestly a lot harder than you think. You have to follow the rules, which obviously any place you go, you're going to have to follow the rules, but it definitely just takes a lot to learn, like what Disney wants from you and how you can best give back to their company because you're a cast member. It definitely took me a little bit to like learn the system. The first week, I literally forgot my shoes. I had to clock in late and I was sobbing my eyes out and I thought, oh my god, everyone's gonna hate me and I'm gonna get fired and all this stuff. And it's like, it's really not that big of a deal, but like now I'll never forget my shoes again. And also this is my first like big girl job, so like I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. And I think I put a lot of pressure on myself to be perfect, like right from the start, and that's just like not reasonable. I just needed to understand that it's okay to make mistakes, it's okay to mess up, and it's gonna be okay. Take a deep breath. You're working at Disney World, so it's gonna be okay, and there are people that are gonna be there to help you out. I wish I would have known that it takes a lot of practice and work, and you're not gonna be an expert from the start. Have patience with yourself. It can be a lot to work outside for hours at a time, and you know, sometimes I'm like, oh, I really shouldn't be like tired and exhausted and whatever after work because all I did was take photos. But it's like, no, you had to be like on, you had to be social, you had to talk to guests, you had to stand in the heat for hours. And like, even though it's an amazing, super fun job, it can be hard, and it's okay to like need to decompress after work, need to just chill out, have time for yourself. Even if you don't think it's like a hard job, you still deserve time to yourself and to relax. So I think just learning to like give myself patience and give myself grace was something I definitely needed to learn, and I'm still learning and working on. And then the last question that I'm going to be answering is any tips for deciding if you want to do the Disney College program or not. Okay, here's like the best way I would say to think about it. Think about if you were to apply and you were to get the email saying, sorry, you didn't get it. How would you feel? Would you be like, okay, like whatever, like I'll do something else, like I didn't even want to do it anyways? Or would you be like, man, like I really wanted to do that? That will tell you everything you need to know. If you're kind of on the fence about it, I would say maybe wait a little bit and do it when you're like really excited about it, because it is a big commitment just for you, for your family. You know, like you're moving to another place and you're doing something new and different, and that can be really scary. And I definitely was a little bit nervous before I got here, but I knew that this was something that I wanted to do. If you love Disney, if you love working with people, if you love a community, if you like working with guests, talking to kids, I think this is a really, really amazing place to do that and to build experience. I can't recommend the DCP enough, but if it's not for you, then it's not for you, and that's totally fine. Maybe Disney will be your place in the future, maybe it's not right now. But if you're trying to decide whether to do it or not, my biggest piece of advice would just be look into it more. You can watch my videos, tons of people have made videos all about it, and a lot of people post like the good sides and the bad sides. Just take that all into consideration, think about you and your personality and what you're looking for in a program. And if this is it for you, then that's great. And if not, there's other opportunities out there, and the DCP will always be here. So you can do it later in the line of your college career or become full-time at some point in your life. But I absolutely love working here. I'm so lucky to be here, and I feel like I am watching magic every single day. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I gotta go get ready for work, but I will see you guys in my next video, and make sure to watch the next one for my little giveaway information. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video.